hero overall, of course. So Reason Gaming likes him here for the first pick. Parasite of Magma's banned out by Reason, but so now again, are we going to see that Nymphora impact, or will it perhaps just be passed up? But yeah, I find it hard to believe that's going to be passed up.
I don't understand why they would not pick it up. It seems to be working so well for them. I don't know what the win percentage is. Man, the one time Quincy's not actually here, the amount of times I need or want these stats. It's
well, it's just one of those it's just one of those like you're not really thinking about it kind of deals. Yeah, he's like here, so it's like, oh yeah, there's a stat. No, that's cool. That's what I was thinking about. But yeah, when he's not here, it's like now you just want everything, man. We're so spoiled with Quincy.
We are. But all I can say is I'm pretty sure Nymphora plus Reason have an insane amount of win percentage, and I mean they have the first 3 picks as well, that they don't have the first pick Nymphora kind of thing. So I don't think they'll really pick it up, and they're not comfortable with it. So they can pick it for the 3rd pick. I can guarantee you if they don't pick up here with the 3rd pick, it will get banned out. So on that logic and on that line of reasoning, I think Reason will definitely pick it up.
Look at this guy, Beef taking the place of Quincy, and that's what Quincy does anyways. I mean, let's be honest, he just makes it all up. So Beef just stepping in, just dandy right there. No, but Rhapsody, yeah, going to be that first pick coming out for Nullstone. Now let me ask you this, so if you know that Nymphora pick is pretty much coming, or say if it happens with the 3rd pick now, do you get something like a Tundra? I mean, how powerful is a Tundra against? Is it that necessary? You think?
I think Tundra would be really good. It depends. It comes if can you play it though? That's the thing. There's a lot of heroes that are very signature-esque, or they're quite. What's the word? They're rather hard to play.
High
they're
skill
quite
cap,
yeah, higher skill cap kind of thing. And playing a Tundra to half its effectiveness, although it sort of counters the lineup from Reason, it would be better to play a hero that you can play to 100% effectiveness than play a hero that you can't, only to 50%. And I'm not familiar with Nullstone. It's not like where Mint, they've got Pro Boss, you can always pull out the Tundra, but they don't actually pick up Nymphora here, which to me is a little bit surprising, really. And I can't imagine that Nullstone will allow Nymphora to go unbanned here. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, unless they really wanted this sort of 3-core lineup, they wanted the Swiftblade because of X reason. Puppet Master obviously good against the bubbles. It's a great laner. It's a great hero in general. And maybe they just really wanted to secure the Puppet Master instead of the Nymphora because of that reason there. Or they're just going to sort of try and switch up the strategy and maybe sort of either show that they can win on different heroes, or that they don't want to make it the same sort of style that Nullstone can start playing against it, for example. But yeah, I have to admit I'm rather surprised they didn't pick it up.
I am as well. Yeah, no doubt, just because of how well it's been working for them. But they do pass it up here, and again, you gotta think Nullstone's going to ban it. If they don't ban it for then
it's weird. I mean, Nymphora, although he doesn't work maybe too well with maybe Puppet, but it's still Nymphora is one of those heroes that it works so well with almost anyone. It doesn't always work in all drafts or all strategies, but the style of play that Reason play, any kind of hero like Puppet Master or Deadwood, or even sort of Swiftblade to an extent, it can work very well. In the meantime, they're going to ban out all sort of Beaver Banger-esque heroes, Oogie, Gemini. What you got to take out Empath and Ophelia, and I can't imagine it's going to be last banner and Nymphora, but
I'm pretty sure they are. Just saving it for last, because why use it initially when, and why not throw a couple other ones out there, I guess. But they're going to save that one for last most likely. But anyways, one more to go on either side here. You mentioned the Oogie and Gemini, so really focusing on that Beaver Banger here. We'll see which final hero they decide. Of course, Warby's that 3rd pick coming out for Nullstone, and so what you got, going to be happy to get his hands on that. Again, they first picked that last game. And it's, for good reason. It's not like it was a bad first pick by any means, but able to pick it up a little bit later on this time around, which is good for them to see. Very possibly be that jungle Warbeast once again.
I really want to see Nelson pick up Bloodhunter. I don't know why, and I keep on talking about it, but there was that one game where they don't ban out the Nymphora. I don't know, man. This is weird. I got a feeling that Reason won't even pick up here as well, just because they're making me look a fool, maybe. But I don't know.
Now, they didn't ban Tundra, though. Reason, and I'm pretty sure they did that last game.
I mean, Nelson doesn't play Tundra, though.
That's true.
Nelson don't play, it's one of those heroes that, you don't have to ban it unless there's a hero or a player that can specifically play it, and I'm pretty sure none of the heroes in Nelson can, so.
Well,
yeah. Strange.
Some time to think about it here. So we'll see what what that thinking time brings them to. Starting with Reason, well...
Yeah, but that's what I mean, like, I don't... to me, it seems so obvious. I don't know. It just seems strange, like, these players obviously play against Reason all the time. They must realise, they must watch the replays, they must say, oh, you know, this is the reason why we're losing, this is the reason why we're winning, for example, and I don't know, it just seems really quite illogical. I don't know, I'm going to stop going on about it, but
no, it's true.
It's that big of a deal. I really do think it's that big of a deal, that important, that they deal with an Infora, but they're just passing up for some reason.
Yeah, no, the fact that we're talking about one game going into the next of possibly blind banning or initial banning, they don't even do that, let alone ban him in the second phase. It really does say something. So it's going to be on Nullstone Gaming now. No one but themselves to blame. Now, if it works out, obviously, you know, bravo to them.
Yeah.
It definitely can. It's not like an Enforce undefeated by any means, but it almost seems like you're making it a little bit harder on yourself, giving them that N4 option, because again, you are now going to constantly have to be worried about that. You're going to constantly have to be worried, is she ganking with that Deadwood or with the Legionnaire now in this case, as that's the final pick. So it's Nelson's just going to have to be on top with that.
Yeah, like even with the Pub Master, because most likely my boys will pick up like a Shroud eventually. So wait and see. But yeah, Legionnaire picks up here for most likely Near again, and again one of those heroes, or one of the times where Legionnaire can work, because Nullstone will most likely run the Wall Beast in the jungle, and then obviously you can sort of secure some good farm on Legionnaire as well, and sort of trade farm with like a Wall Beast going jungle with Legionnaire jungle, and then start having an impact when he picks up the portal key with Deadwood as well. This just seems very signature of Reason. You know, they pick up 2 or 3 cores that can roam around ganking, and they have like a 4th or 5th hero that just sort of AOK farms. In this case, it's Swiftblade. But now I'm going to pick up Malakan, which I guess pretty decent hero against Deadwood. Obviously, big when he uses the possession. Obviously, takes a lot of armor. So as long as he's clutch in terms of his timings, can sort of counter initiate with that.
That's definitely gonna be the idea. But so yeah, we'll see Beavermanger getting his hands on that, of course, being their carry hero. But yeah, you look at Reason Gaming's lineup, it's safe to say they got a pretty comfortable one for them, and they've been playing a lot of this Deadwood too, so they get their hands on that. It just seems like overall a lot of comfortability here on the Legion side, most likely. So yeah, gonna be interesting to see how Game 2 plays out here. Of course, Reason already up in that 1-0 spot over Nullstone, so trying to move along once again for the second back-to-back cycles here to the winter bracket finals. Something that they've never done before, so you just talk about a team again that has a lot of momentum right now and continuing to show that, at least so far today. So will they be able to close it out, or will Nullstone put up that fight and at the very least force a game number 3? Real quickly, an update on the other series, by the way. Sync, of course, they are up 1-0 over Fresh. We casted that game. I believe, I assume, yeah, they did get their Game 2 started. I think it was started a little bit later, but they are in Game 2. It's about 30 minutes in, it looks like. Sync has the lead. They're actually running Mage Bane. Interesting there. KZU playing the Mage Bane, but overall, really, we'll keep an eye on that one. It's not nothing in the box just yet from the looks of it, but trying to take care of business over there against Fresh, of course, in that series. So good old Mage Bane.
Is that so? K2 Mage Bane? Like,
yeah. I don't know.
It's like he's gone over to like. They're not playing Suicide, are they? Oh, they might. No, probably not. He's one. I don't know. You obviously can't really tell until you actually get into the game, I guess. But
yeah, I mean, Flensmeister's been on bubbles, so they probably short laned him. I mean, Flensmeister's on bubbles, so you would think.
You'd assume so, yeah.
Suicide,
it's weird though, because I mean, in the game previous, obviously it was because Casey was playing the Tremble, and I'm like, oh, you got to put it on the signature hero, even if that means Flens has to play Suicide. But Mage Bane isn't per se a signature hero from Keisu, and it's not like Flensmeister can't play Mage Bane either. But nonetheless,
what can he play then? Oh, he can play
nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
He's noob.
Obviously, they carry him every game. Malakin doing his Malakin pause screen thing. This skin right here.
Yeah, he just looks like he's gonna like fall over or something.
It's just like breaking apart, just gonna fall over into the ground. I don't know why that's so funny. Anyways, here we go. Moving on with game number 2 now. So, it's gonna be interesting here. Zane on that Deadwood against Suicide Deadwood. Kind of made this a thing last cycle, and been continuing to kind of go with it, as we're going to see here in this series now. Expect him to do just fine, and not really many hiccups here.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that Reason actually, when they first started picking up Deadwood, they used to run Zane in the off lane with him, and I think he does. I mean, Zane is such a great player. I mean, we don't probably give him as much credit as we probably should, honestly. I think he's a real big sort of reason. Get it? Of why Reason start winning these games. And I think in this game, however, depending on where Rhapsody actually decides to lane, I think Rhapsody should be in the short lane because Bubbles will most likely be mid. I think Deadwood might have a little bit harder time because normally whenever we see Deadwood suicide, it's normally a 1v1 matchup, and that's where Deadwood can excel. But 1v2, he doesn't do too well, honestly. I think it was that one game where we saw Deadwood was like level 3 or 4 for like the first 8 minutes. I mean, Zane still played good because he sort of sat against a few ganks here and there, but just in terms of the effectiveness of heroes, I think he needs to be played 1v1, whether that's offlane or not.
Yeah. All right, so we'll see how that works out for them here. The horn blows, and into the lanes we go. As far as getting a good idea now as what the team's plan to run here. Looks like Pharaoh, of course, no surprise. Going to be Suicide. You got Bubbles and Swiftblade matching up in the middle. So Embry, back-to-back games here. Going to be playing Swiftblade middle. Again, not your usual, but changing things up here a little bit. Because that really is something, though. I mean, seeing the Deadwood top and the Swiftblade middle. Most teams you'd see that the other way around, but they like to do it this way. So they're going back to the comfort thing. And what they're used to. You see off the bat here, Rhapsody and Deadwood kind of going at it. Deadwood going to slow him down with the log and put some good auto attack damage into her.
It looks like he's getting lane control as well, I think. Yeah, slightly. Oh no, double archer, probably won't. Yeah, but he pretty much is going to just sort of sit up here and get XP, to be honest. I don't think, as long as he plays defensive and stuff, I don't think they have the greatest kill potential, honestly. Unless obviously saying oversteps, which is unlikely, honestly. So.
Continuing to go back and forth at it. You do see the glowing red hands, of course. They got that war base in the jungle, but we talked about last game. Still makes sense to get that battle cry here. So what you got, going to be applying that to his teammates. So taking that into consideration. As far as his matchups, Swiftblade really using the spin aggressively here in the middle lane. He was doing that last game against Prisoner as well. He really likes to use it to get the creep farm and push it in a little bit. And
I think in this game it actually makes even more sense as well. Because, I mean, Bubbles doesn't have the easiest time about last hitting under the tower. So, Swiftblade can sort of push out the wave. Then not only is he not in danger really of any kind of rotation from a support, but also gives Bubbles kind of a hard time to really last hit under the tower. But he does have the battle cry, so, it should be the biggest of deals, honestly. But just something to be noted. And it's good as well, because obviously you can sort of push out the wave and then start controlling runes as well. Because I think he does go bottle. That's what it looks like he's sort of saving up. So, yeah, just a nice way.
Bottom lane, Pharaoh gonna find himself being harassed by Nymphora a bit. Again, not the biggest deal in the world though. He's level 2 here and has a pretty good lane push coming to him. So gonna ideally at least hit level 3 by the time that's taken care of. Swiftblade, yeah, he's gonna have the bottle delivered here. I thought it was a ground courier still for a second, but no. Is that flying courier bottle to him and probably a bottle to Legionnaire? So good timing for both of them. Coming out right there at about 2.5 minutes, just past it. So. Legionnaire gets his own bottle, though, and yeah, definitely needed it as running low on life right there. Going to go over to what he has, a double stack camp over here. Will he triple stack it, or that'd probably be too difficult? Or yeah, he sees. Okay, he is going to triple stack it here. Gonna see what it is in the end. It is a Catman, so that's going to be a lot of damage.
Oh, that's going to be rough, man.
He's hoping for like a Skeleton King, I'm sure, something like that. But
he's only got one buckler. Yeah, he won't be able to clear this. Yeah, he won't be. Look, oh my god. Jeez, that was close.
Legionnaire is always so risky, man, in that jungle. You got to be careful.
Yeah, normally you don't see Legionnaires clear these sort of triple stack houses because of this until you get level 5. And when you have sort of 3 terrifying charges and 2 whirling blades, but you're going to put up a health potion. It should be fun. His GPM actually is very, very low, but obviously after this it should be around like 270. So.
That's why he can be a little deceiving with his GPM, because all of a sudden he'll shoot up, as we see right here. Yeah, all of a sudden he's 290 kill per minute. So it's like, okay, well, I guess he's actually doing pretty well in the end, yeah.
Better than Beaverbang anyway. Also, what you got on the Orbis anyway.
That he is. Not doing better than Beaverbanger, though, who is on the Malakin and is farming very well, as you would expect. Of course, has that short lane farm against the Deadwood here, 371 gold per minute.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering why they picked up Malik in this game. I know obviously there was a couple of carry heroes picked up, but what I'm wondering why it is in particular they decided to pick up the Malik. I mean, obviously I talked about how the possession obviously gives them a lot of tapering armor that is good against Deadwood, for example, and even Legionnaire or Puppet Master, as well as Swiftblade, I guess. I mean, that could be the reason why, but it seems one of those heroes that kind of like a mid-game carry kind of thing, like similar to sort of Oogie, where you want to sort of group up and sort of push maybe with like an Ophelia, where maybe a hard carry could have done maybe a little bit more work. But again, the hero is still good in the late game, as of like Oogie as well. We've seen time and time again. We talk about how he's more of a mid-game carry, but in the late game he seems even stronger. So I guess that's why it's in.
Yep, Puppet Master trying to compete with that Malakin. And you see his farm right now. You know he's up there, 373 gold per minute. Going to go similar items, at least with the Whispering Helm, I assume. Of course, Puppet Master, though, a candidate for the Assassin Shroud, where Malakin more likely the Insanitarius instead. Definitely a little bit different there, but keep an eye on what they pick up first. Of course, the Steam Boots on both of them first. Again, that's going to be fun to keep an eye on those two and see how they continue to progress throughout what is game number 2 here. So Deadwood, in the meantime, you know, don't expect him to do too much early on in this game, at least as far as farm goes. Now, with that said, you know, Deadwood is an intriguing hero in that sense, and I think this is what helps him actually be Suicide valuable, is the fact that, you know, when he does hit level 6, it's not like he doesn't need the portal key. Sure, that of course helps, but with the Rotten Grasp, the range that it has, if he's able to land that on somebody, he could definitely still go in, and hell, just the assistance that he brings with that ultimate to burst somebody down, still very useful. So, point being, even though he's not getting the most farm, which again, being the Suicide's understandable, he still can be useful for the team, and I think that's why Reason has kind of growing on running him in that Suicide role here. As Swiftblade, is he dead? Oh my god, I think he is. He's going to pop the Swift Slashes, look to survive a little bit longer, but he will fall in the end. As, yeah, they collapse on him. Warbeast and Bubbles come to pretty much go on top of him. He was camping around the top rune. I thought he was going to be fine, actually, but nope, they chased him down.
Yeah, much rotation.
This?
Actually, Pharaoh, actually.
Yeah, what is Pharaoh doing here? All of a sudden, runs into Legionnaire. Legionnaire's like, what are you doing here, brother? He's going to get taken out. Yeah, oh, man, that's... I mean, Nier's probably just scratching his head like, why are you even there?
I don't know, but I guess he should have actually been spotted. Actually, he might be in trouble now. Actually, Swift... Oh, no, maybe not. Nice wall, actually.
Yeah. Swift played a little too quick to use that spin.
And... yeah, I'm surprised, because I think this water side definitely sees Pharaoh picking up the DD, actually, so I think Nier should have actually spotted him out. I obviously wasn't looking at the time, but I'm surprised it wasn't spotted out, really.
It seems a pretty good Pharaoh play today so far.
Yeah, no, but both the other game was from Charlie Simeon as well, wasn't it? That was against Tree, and it's quite funny, because I mean, I talked about how I'm really not a big fan of Pharaoh, but now Charlie Simeon is doing work with him so far. So,
see this top tower, it's going to be killed off in the end. Oh, there you go, Beef making a point. Flash sale coming out. Again, we announced that today. If you haven't, there's a forum post on the Hunter post about it as well, but whenever certain things happen, certain avatars will go on sale for that amount of time as the top tower goes down, but what you got with the kill of the Skull Crusher Warbeast, that avatar is now on sale for 20% gold coins. There you go. Now's the time to buy it, if any, so I really like that idea, and it's going to be fun. Moving along with that, you know, there's some big ones out there. Something I think is like a 5-man Tempest Ultimate, and of course things like Annihilation and stuff. It's rare to see, but when you do see it, there's even more reason to see it. So, anyways, Reason Game or Nullstone is pushing this top lane very aggressively now. They got the first tower, working on the secondary. They pop in vulnerability. It is going to stall them for the time being, but even Bubbles is coming up here, so I wonder if Nullstone's actually going to look to still continue to go in this top tower. Rhapsody is falling back, however, to the side shot. What did she actually bought? Oh, that was on the ground. Okay. She picked up the Hungry Spirit. Is going to give it to Malakin to finish his whispering. I was like, what is going on here? But no, just being the courier in a sense. Giving it to Malakin, and actually they do fall back. Not going to look to go too crazy there. But Puppet Master is doing his thing in the bottom lane in the meantime, and again, keeping up there at least with that Malakin. Imma Boy on Puppet is picking up that Assassin Shroud first with the Steam Staff purchase here. Let you get aggressive with that middle lane. Actually, Bubbles going for the kill. He's going to get it. No, the volatile pot at the last second. And Bubbles will have to fall back, so at least he survives too, but that was perfect timing from Kaoli right there. Able to lay down that volatile pod.
I'm surprised Embrace didn't try to go for a turn kill with Swift Slashes, I guess. I mean, Bubbles was about maybe 60% HP, so maybe didn't think he'd get the kill, but yeah, I guess it would have been a little bit risky as he was quite low as well. Yes, but.
Man, do people really think I sound that different?
I don't think you sound any different.
I know, I don't know why this is going from. I don't think I sound that
I was watching the chat and I was like, is this breaky? It's kind of funny, but I mean, I was watching the cast as well, like obviously like 2 or 3 seconds delayed. You don't sound that much different, honestly.
I mean, I'm using the same mic, guys. Again, I'm just a little bit under the weather here. It's ever since I got back from vacation, so other than that, though, it's me. It is me.
You sure you're not like a breaky imposter?
Maybe. Might be. You thought Quincy wasn't here. I'm really Quincy! No. It's really breaky. It's really me. Anyways, so 10 minutes into this game right now. You got a 2-0 lead again in favor of Nullstone Gaming here. And Malikan has that Whispering Helm finished, of course. Still going to continue to farm up this top lane. Really no fear at this point. You do see on the mini-map, Reason Gaming making their way towards the middle and the bottom lane even. And they don't really have the TPs to port in. Only a couple of heroes do. However, the top lane is not going to be pushed. I thought they were going to aggressively push it right there, but never mind. As they will fall back.
I mean, Boofman could easily farm that top lane, I think, though. He's got a nice ward here from Resha on top of the sort of statue. Idle guy. So I think he would have been fine there, but I guess he wants to sort of start farming the jungle and the H's. He does have Whispering Helm, and this is going to make him farm a lot faster anyway than farming the lane, so probably just efficiency.
Yep, Beaver Banger farming the Ancients down, cleaving them down with that ulti form.
I got the
and
quad
actually,
stack.
that's another stack, yeah.
Nice.
Not often you see that, but getting a special quad stack in a sense. And Malikan's farm really starting to jump up there a little bit more now. 430 gold per minute, even going to go a little bit higher here as Pharaoh's helping him finish the rest of them off. So Malikan well on his way to that next item of choice, whatever that may be. The Sanitarius perhaps. Seems like it usually is the follow-up. Puppet Master still trying to finish that assassin shot. I think he's just one item away from it, or one component even. I believe he just needs the pattern here, so a little bit more gold. You see Devil was hanging around this all the time. He's level 6, so again, not really the most farm, only 135 gold per minute. But he has the potential to burst you down still, if they do catch you, so he's going to hang around and see if they get that opportunity, but not really getting that so far. And Embry, playing that Swift play, is doing his best to farm where he can, although, again, it hasn't been the prettiest either. Only sitting at about 253 gold per minute right now. So, yeah, really overall, Nullstone Gaming, in fact, there's a secondary tower kill. What you got is able to push it in pretty freely. In fact, very freely. No defense whatsoever, and that's not often you see that this early on in the game especially. But they allow him to push it in. They do get a porta key, though, on Legionnaire, so maybe this is kind of be a cue here for Reaching Game. And the Assassin Trident is coming up just in a second, so...
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they saw... I think they only saw, like, 1 or 2 heroes from Nullstone on the map, and so they didn't want to sort of go on the Wall Beast and then have backup, for example. And like you said, they want to sort of farm their core items like Portal Key on Legio and Shroud now on Puppet Master. Now they can start getting aggressive. They still need to get level 6 on M4 though before they can start probably making more of these aggressive plays. But Nullstone, they're already sort of somewhat sticking together actually. I think this might be the way forward because Reason, they always seem to find these hero kills left, right and centre actually in the middle lane, just talking of that. I think if there's one team that does it so well, it's Reason. They just seem to find these hero kills just everywhere. Like, even if one team is playing defensive, they're just so good at finding these kills. It's their style, it's their strategy. Yeah, and again, especially that M4, she's not level 6 yet, but yeah, it's getting there. She just hit that level 5 mark, so once she is level 6, then they'll start kicking in of, well, is she porting in, where are they, so... Oh, Swiftblade.
Whenever anyone's off the mass Swiftblade, he's going to be fine.
It's fun.
As he just walks away, kind of. I mean, Warbeast with the Rhapsody, not much they could have done right there.
They didn't really have, like, Pharaoh, for example. But I thought, because he just used his spin, but Pharaoh wasn't there to punish, so...
Yeah, Pharaoh busy at the bottom lane, cleaning that up a little bit. Protecting the tower. It is going to be denied. That's the idea, at least. Oh.
Oh,
oops.
dear.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of those tough spots. The Ballista was, like, just about to finish attack. It's like, do we attack the tower or do we kill the... yeah. Just didn't do the math appropriately. So a free tower kill for Reason Gaming, and hey, that's pretty big. I mean, because considering how easily it could have been denied right there, how likely it was looking to be, the fact that they get that gold for it as a result of missing the deny, pretty big deal actually for Reason.
Yeah, I mean, for Nolson, though, I think something that's really becoming apparent very soon as well is the ability to take Congo. Like, they have 3 great Congo killing heroes, Warbeast, Melican, and Pharaoh, all great at killing Congo. The only problem is that I think they need to get a little bit more map control. If they could take maybe the tier 1 tower mid without too much resistance, I think that would be perfect when they can start rotating to Congo. Because I think without maybe the tier 1 tower mid, I think it might be a little bit too risky, although at the moment Reason doesn't have any kind of vision, but obviously Nelson don't actually know that. But I think with the heroes they've got, they should definitely try and take Congo sooner rather than later, honestly, because I think Reason will start getting these hero kills that they're so renowned for getting, I think.
Yeah. See right there, Warby sitting in the Hellhounds, kind of harassing Swiftblade a little bit at the triple or the double stack Ancients, and I think he even stole 1 or 2 of those creeps, but in the end, Swiftblade does get the most of them. So his farm still looking pretty solid. He's working on that Abyssal Skull middle lane. Malikan, he falls back before he gets jumped right there. Deadwood is farming it out, and again, Deadwood, despite the GPM not being the prettiest, he is very close to a portal key, as he has 1630 gold saved up just about. So for a Suicide Deadwood that was really struggling in farm from the beginning, that's very good to see for their sake at least. And even getting a couple more creep kills right there. So yeah, if he manages to get that, again with Ro4 also hitting level 6 here in the near future, it's a couple of things that are really starting to come together for Reason Gaming. But at the same time, you do have Nullstone, you got a Malikan, 425 GPM, as well as that Warbeast continuing to go up at nearly 400 gold per minute himself. And what you got, get in that puzzle box once again. Right here as well. Are they going? They are going to be going. Kelfield, not the best follow-up. And there goes Bubbles. Pharaoh, he misses the Wrath of the Pharaoh. That could be a difference maker. Out comes a Rotten Grasp. Spin on top. Who is that? Protect him out of those saves today. For Warbeast initially, doesn't want to run out of range of it. He's stuck though with that Puppet's hold, and he will go down. And it's a 1-for-1 exchange, clearly in favor of Reason Gaming. A Warbeast for Nymphora.
Yeah, that actually was really well played there from him, boy. Actually, I don't know if you saw, but he actually health potioned while he was on the high ground, and then Bubbles didn't actually take it off. So he got like 300 HP, and I think that was the reason why he survived it as well. And then popped the Shattered Shroud. The Red Ward was a little bit too late from Resh. A nice idea. Then he just got back, turned it with the Voodoo Puppet, and Warbeast died as a result. And actually, they're going to try and turn again. Actually, middle lane.
Yep, Bubbles decapitate, dead. Portal Keys is right there again. Him and Swiftblade coming together, and that's what you're saying, man. They just find their way to find kill. And even without Nymphora, she's still not even level 6. They still don't have a portal key on Deadwood. As I say that, Nymphora is going to be picked off at the bottom lane. They got a middle tower kill middle, though. It did recent games. So overall, pretty good, perhaps. Rhapsody, in the meantime, she gets caught out by Puppet Master right here. You see, Mummy Wall goes up, though, from Pharaoh. But Swiftblade also running over. Yeah, Helper team might need to be a little careful. They do get the kill on a Legionnaire, but at what cost here? Malikan's in trouble. Spin on top of him. He will go down. And again, a case of Reason Gaming. While they lost somebody, hey, they like who they got, though, in the end, in that Malikan. And Swiftblade continues to farm bottom lane now in the meantime. So it just seems like these exchanges are working out slightly better for Reason Gaming here, and that will add up.
Yeah, definitely. And Charlie is trying to find these level 6 in the short lane, and he just goes to get exploded by Malikan. But again, like you said, it's just a good trade from Reason, and they need to get that level 6 from Nymphora, though, because I mean, although they're happy finding a few kills here and there, I think they might need to start amping up the pressure just a little bit more, because the Congo or the sneaked Congo will eventually start coming out, and the way to sort of stop that would be to get more map control, and the way to get that is obviously through a few more hero kills. Then they can maybe take the tier 1 tower top, maybe even the tier 2 tower mid, for example. But one thing's for certain, though, I would like to see them, or either Nia or Xiaoli get like a nice ward onto Congo, because Nullstone, they have such a great potential to get Congo, and I think Reason have to at least trade for it or try and contest it, and obviously they need a ward to sort of see if it's coming or not.
That was a little bit of a miscue right there. Nymphora, she finally hits level 6. She goes for the port. Deadwood, though, actually was running around the trees. He had trouble getting to her, I believe it was. And he actually portal keyed at the last second, but she had canceled it at that time. So that was just not the prettiest communication there coming out for Reason Gaming. But in the end, not the end of the world either. They will have it up again in another 60 seconds here. Bottom lane, Swiftblade. Needs to be careful. He is pushing up by himself. If he goes even a little bit further, he's not going to, though. he will fall back before any jump happens onto him. So good news for him. But yeah, of course, that portal key on a Deadwood, definitely going to be looking to use it here. They already tried, in fact, but again, kind of just the miscommunication there. So we'll see if they try it again, another 40 seconds or so. Hellhound's kind of scouting on through. Of course, that's a nice power. They had that last game too, but Beaver Banger's doing a good job of at least trying to get some kind of information here. Maybe catch that in for a TPing or something, but...
Licho's smoked up.
Where's he at? Middle lane? Yes, he is. Another catch on the bubbles. Deadwood comes in. Rotten Grasp. It hits, but the TPs are going to scare them off. Kelfield's going to be used. Legionnaire, he gets caught by the Wrath of the Pharaoh, though. Yeah, Legionnaire was hoping that he could pour it out, but Pharaoh's like, Congo, you ain't going nowhere.
And let's see if it's going to be T1 mid or Congo. I think it should be Congo, but no, they're going to go for T1 tower mid, probably a little bit safer, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I thought Nelson were going to sort of push out lanes and then go for Congo and maybe just sort of show Bubbles and maybe Repsy on lane, and then have the other three sort of taking Congo. But with T1 tower mid, they have even more control over that Congo pit now.
Yeah, they take it out right there. In the background, though, you got Nymphora and Deadwood. They're at least kind of scouting it out here. You see Nymphora's going to TP away. Actually gets the word of sight down, so that they know what's going on now, but in the meantime, I don't know if they're going to be able to stop this necessarily. And it is going to be a free Conqueror kill, so Malakin will very likely end up with the token of life, would be my guess. Deadwood kind of going around still. You also got Puppet Master, who's going to pop that Assassin Child. They're going to be risky here. There is a ref ward, though. You need to be very, very careful with this. Going to be coming out, and Conqueror will survive, actually. So I guess enough of a scare from Reason Gaming coming out, and keeping Nullstone guessing that they did not want to commit to a Conqueror kill. I don't know, it really seemed like if they just stuck to it, they probably would have gotten it, but...
Yeah, I mean, Legionnaire was up, and obviously I think Nelson, or Reason knew that it was going on. I think that was slowly rotating over, and I don't think Nelson, they don't need to make any kind of big team fights happen. Like, they can take Congo whenever they want. I think the best way for Nelson to take this Congo is if they do it sort of sneakily, and that's by pushing out lanes, but then have Bubbles and maybe Rhapsody, the two heroes that don't really offer too much in terms of killing the Congo, off farming the lanes. It could probably even be Warbeast, Pharaoh, or even Rhapsody, while Malakin and Bubbles show on lane. Because if that is the happens, then that most likely will be a sneaky Congo, as long as they obviously de-ward Congo. So it shows they can't be doing it, for example.
Keoli happened to stop moving right as Pharaoh went for the jump onto her. So that was, I mean, that wasn't necessarily a bad hook, I don't think. It just simply happened to be good timing on the part of Nymphora. So she stays alive. Now again, back into the Conqueror pit they go. How much of this will they be able to do, though? Will they actually kill it? Is that question. You see Nymphora is going to be spotted. And again, they will fall back. They jump in the bottom lane, actually. Warbeast does get caught. Here come the TPs, though, and this is numbers in favor of Nullstone. Legionnaire at least going to be caught. Swift Lane maybe as a Song of the Sea. It prevents him from using Swift Slash as a double tap kill for the team. And now you can bet Congo is a pretty secure kill here in the end. So well played. Good patience from Nullstones. It does pay off in the end. They're not going for it, though.
It looks like they want to get the 2-on tower bot, which I mean, unless they can get both, which I don't think they will be able to, but yeah, they're going to most likely rotate over to Congo now as well. Yeah, they take Congo after seeing the 2-1 tower bot, and Reason are going to try and trade top lane, but
yeah.
And Near making a point about Hellboard advantage and Congo antics, I guess.
Now, what do you make of this Puppet Master build, by the way? Again, choosing to go this over that Whispering Helm or even the Shrunken Head and going more of the very aggressive is 2-0-0, but doesn't seem like he's really been using that Hellflower aggressively.
Yeah, I mean, I think in terms of on paper, I think it makes the most amount of sense because he's not going to be farming too much because he wants to get aggressive because of the sort of the draft. The Shrunken Head will most likely be somewhat useful, I guess, against the Bubbles and Rhapsody, but again, where Shrunken Head is one of those games where it's not 100% needed, where we talked about the Warbeast getting the Shrunken Head, I think, in the game against Mint, against Sync. I don't think Shrunken Head is necessarily needed. He's only going to be blocking against maybe the Bubbles and the Rhapsody, whereas the Malakin and the Warbeast are going to be doing the most amount of damage. So, and because of that, I don't think he's going to go Shrunken. And the only alternative, he's going to pick up Mighty Blade, so maybe he is. I don't know, it's one of those things that's just like, he wants to get the Hellflower for extra ganking potential, and as Shrunken Head is not a needed or an utmost importance, he can get it later. So
yeah. Bottom lane, Legionnaire pushing out the lane a little bit right here, and again needs to be careful pushing by himself, but is going to do what he can. Got the barbed armor, by the way, so more of the I'm going to taunt and help you do damage to yourself kind of idea. rather than, you know, we saw Slapped again on the Legionnaire going the Sanitarius, being more of a right-click threat even. But Barbed Armor, it is always a funky item at the same time on a Legionnaire, I've always thought, because of the fact when he taunts, it also increases his armor by 20. So, I mean, sure, like, magical damage will still be plenty return, but as far as physical damage goes, it's not going to be a whole lot return because of the 20-plus armor that he will have, so...
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, I guess, but obviously because of the taunt, and it allows make sure you get at least some kind of stacks on the Barbed Armor. Actually, Puppet Master going to be going down.
Yep, he gets caught at the Ancients. Just trying to do his own thing, do the PvE thing, but Nullstone's like, no, we want a PvP. They take him out at the Ancients, and however, his team will counter-push the bottom lane. So Reason Gaming again trying to make the best of a bad situation right there, coming up to nearly 25 minutes. Where will they go from here is the question. I mean, Puppet Master, he does not have a buyback. It's not going to really matter too much, though, it looks like. As Nullstone, honestly, a little bit surprisingly, they didn't really push this middle lane or anything like that. I guess maybe they're waiting for the creep wave, which they're going to try to fight back here. But, yeah, they're not going to really be able to do too much with Puppet Master dying right there. So, sure, they'll get a little bit more from themselves, and it does slow down his in the end. But I feel like Reason could have maybe capitalized a little better there.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were just scared of the wave pushing in bottom. Legionnaire and Swiftblade were still there, and I think they wanted to push that out before they sort of grouped up as 5. And because Deadwood and Legionnaire are actually still down bottom here. They're going to try and maybe bait out this Legionnaire, but all of Nullstone are off the map. This could be very, very risky, actually. And yep, there you go.
Yeah, it might be a little bit of overzealous bait, because as you said, they're all coming in. And now from behind, in fact, Malikan catches him. Will take on him 4 right away. Deadwood's also going to fall. He got his Willowmaker off, but it didn't matter. At least Legionnaire is able to get out of there, but definitely biting off a little bit more than they could chew for sure. Was Reason Gaming right there, so well played by Nullstone. And now here comes the group and the push bottom, it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now most lanes are sort of pushed out so they can start grouping up and going as 5 and start pushing the lane themselves. Swiftblade is trying his hardest to try and start split pushing top, but yeah, I mean, just with Token now on Malikan, Reason are going to have a very, very hard time trying to actually sort of fight through that Token. Killing the Malikan twice is going to be very difficult. I don't think Reason will be able to take high ground though, which is the only benefiting factor. They're going to try and trade tier 2 top for a tier 2 bottom, which should be fun.
Yeah. There you go, the secondary tower bottom dropping very quickly. But as you mentioned, the tier 2 top also going down. So a 1-for-1 exchange in that sense. And now coming up to 27 minutes into this game, Malikan has that token of life, of course, a minute remaining on it. We'll see how much they're able to do with it right here. As they're pushing on the uphill now, so Reason Gaming kind of pushing the secondary tower middle.
No, Reason needs to get back right now. Like, they've just lost their tier 3 tower, they're going to lose racks. That is a really weird play, because what happened is that it looked like Puppet Master wanted to TP back and try and take the team fight, whereas Legionnaire and Swiftblade were still fighting mid. Like, if they were going to sort of give up racks completely, then Puppet Master should just stay top and try to press the top lane as well. It looked like a little bit of disjointed in terms of communication, and I think Reason could have easily defended it though. Like, although they were fighting against Token, there was buybacks on Swiftblade and probably the Legionnaire as well, but instead they lose their racks without really trading too much, honestly.
Well, they're going to also clean up a little bit of resources here as Nullstone, as far as some Ancients go even. But yeah, it was a very questionable decision from Reason, perhaps just miscommunication kind of kicking in right there. So no doubt Nullstone getting a pretty comfortable push out of that. Now Swiftblade might be in a little bit of trouble. Sword throw goes through. He does have ulti. He does. Going to use it right there as soon as the split happens. Warby's coming in as well. So Slash is going to be popped. Swiftblade doing everything he can at least to survive right here. That's not going to happen, though. He doesn't have mana for spin even. And he gets taken out, so that just adds insult to injury right there as Ember gets picked off. Now in the middle lane, Pharaoh is going to be jumped. And at least maybe they can set something out on him. It looks like they are. He's going to keep them in place, though, with the Mummy Walls for a little bit. And now Bubbles comes in with that Kelp Field. Here comes Warby's poured out from Deadwood. Legionnaire not going to be the same story, though. He pops the Barbed Armor, but obviously that will only do so much. And he, too, is, well, he's like, Kongor, kill me! That's not going to happen. Kongor's not there, unfortunately. What you got gets credit for the kill. So a lot of momentum now being built up for Nullstone, it feels like. And this Malikan and Warbeast especially are just getting that much more threatening because of it also. Sure, Puppet Master's also doing some very good farm, but got to wonder if he's going to be able to compete with them. Embry, too, you can't also forget him, though, on that Swiftblade. At 425 GPM, so But Nullstone definitely has their strengths right now, and is doing their best to force a third and final game here.
Yeah, and I mean, Reason, I don't think they've really. There was a couple of picks that they got off, in the early to mid game, but their sort of strategy of finding these hero kills, particularly with the Puppet Master, just hasn't happened. He's 2-1-0, and it's 30 minutes into the game. And I mean, they do have the Nymphora as well, but she's only won 3-0. Like, we talked about the emphasis and the importance of Nymphora and what the hero can do, but I think honestly, Reason have just become a little bit lackluster this game. They haven't really found as many kills as I think they should have, or as they normally do. And I think this is really causing a lot of issues as well, though, because they've got like two heroes that offer average in terms of the team fights, in terms of Deadwood and Legionnaire, but they could offer so much more in terms of gank presence, particularly with the Puppet Master as well. And although Nullstone did take the token and Kongor, I think Reason didn't pressure enough with ganks.
Yeah, well, himself to blame in that sense. So Puppet Master, though, he is level 16. He's got the Shrunken, Assassin Shroud, and the Hellflower here. Excuse me there. Has a good trio of items. He got Swiftblade. He's working towards his next item. It looks like, I would assume that's going to be a Shrunkenette as well with the Warhammer pickup, but wait and see what Embry does go for. But you see Malikan, Demonic Breastplate just finished on him. And again, usually you like it on a Warbeast, but the fact that Warbeast has a teammate that can get it will allow him that much more of an idea to go more aggressive. Again, he did get the Shrunkenette, of course, but I would not be surprised now to see that Brutalizer possibly followed up on him as well. So a lot of bigger and badder items coming out on the side of Nullstone Gaming over here. Going to be waiting for a third Conger kill, looks like. It would be would it be second? Never mind.
Second, yeah.
Yeah, it would be the second this game here. So no bananas just yet, but going to wait for him to respawn and look to do him again. You look at the bottom lane in the meantime. Nymphora's trying to deal with it, but she's going to need help. She may die. Yep. She's dead. And, well, just like that, she doesn't have a buyback, and all of a sudden now Deadwood's going to get caught in the mid lane. Talk about bad timing right here. More so does good initiation from Null, so they catch Legionnaire. He goes down. Down goes Deadwood. Oh, man. It's a moment like that where if you're Reason game and it's like, all right, let's just go to game 3.
Yeah, I think they should. Because
Puppet Master's dead, yeah.
I don't know, this game completely felt off, man. But it really did, and like there was so minimal there was so minimal ganks out from Reason, and then they made a couple of weird decisions in terms of sort of as a team. Yeah, it just didn't feel like the normal Reason, honestly. Like game 1 and game 2 was completely different. It just seems really strange, but
yeah.
I think, I mean, we talked about how Nymphora was a big impact in game 1. I mean, I think it was more so less about the hero picks. I think the draft was fine. Like they had a perfect draft, honestly. I actually favoured their draft a little bit more highly than Nullstone's draft, but I just think it comes down to play or execution or them going on tilt. Or I don't know, man. It did not feel like Reason was playing that game. So.
They beat Nymphora. That's something too. We gave them a lot of criticism for, and I think reasonably so. But yeah, Nullstone clearly was not afraid of it enough. And able to beat it.
I think it was less so about the hero, but I just think it was that Reason played really weirdly or kind of on tilt or something. But I still stand by. I think they should have banned out Nymphora, but obviously it didn't matter in the end. But
this game, I doubt that's going to happen, and I do wonder now if Reason, if it's going to be almost a mind game for them. It's like, well, we didn't win the second game, so maybe we should try a different route here.